I try.
Hello?
I assume it's something.
Where are you? Oh.
Look.
How did you die? Choke.
Choked.
Wow.
Kind of lame, I can't lie. Oh, yeah. Let's see. Behind you.
Alright, let's be real for a second. What is it about co-op horror games that has us coming back for more? I mean, we willingly jump into dark, terrifying places, often with nothing but a flashlight, some questionable teammates, and the creeping sense that something's watching us. Yet, we love it. It's like we're chasing the perfect blend of fear and adrenaline. But why? Why do we enjoy being scared? Especially with our friends. Why do we scream, panic, laugh, and then immediately queue up for another round of whatever horror game you're currently playing? Let's dive into the science of fear, the psychology of thrill seeking, and look at why games like Phasmophobia, The Outlast Trials, Lethal Company, and even Call of Duty Zombies hit that sweet spot of fear and fun.
Damn, all turned around. I think this is the way out. Oh wait, it's a jump. Oh,
Oh,
this guy's this guy's
For
Ryan, how did you die?
I missed the jump.
Say
I missed the jump, but then not only when I saw the jump, I then saw the thing, and I was like, oh.
this guy is he's himself right now.
Okay, first up, we need to talk about how fear decreases when we share it with others. Think about it. If you're playing Phasmophobia solo, you'll probably be creeping around, super careful, super slow, whispering to yourself. But when you're with your friends, it's a whole different ballgame. Suddenly, you're daring each other to go into the basement, taunting the ghost, and let's be honest, you're kind of hoping one of you gets snatched up by the ghost just for the chaos of it all.
Yes.
Maybe we should just wait here and see if it hunts, because I think it usually does as soon as you walk in.
Hunt if you're bad. Damn.
It starts here.
Oh, it did! I'm dead.
It's the same in Outlast Trials, when you're being hunted by terrifying enemies whilst trying to complete objectives. Instead of being alone in your fear, it's shared by the screams and reactions of your teammates. There's actually a psychological reason for this. Fear and laughter are closely linked. When we encounter something frightening, our body triggers the fight or flight response, which prepares us to face a threat or flee from it. This response releases a cocktail of chemicals in the brain, such as adrenaline and dopamine, which create a sense of heightened alertness and excitement. Adrenaline. This hormone is released by the adrenal glands in response to fear. It increases the heart rate, dilates the pupils, and sends more blood to muscles, preparing the body to react. This rush of adrenaline can create a physical sensation that some of us find thrilling rather than terrifying, often referred to as the feel-good hormone. Dopamine is released during the experience of fear in some people, especially if they perceive the situation as non-threatening. Dopamine contributes to feelings of pleasure and reward, which may explain why some of us seek out fearful situations repeatedly. This controlled fear can create what psychologists call eustress, a type of positive stress that feels exhilarating rather than distressing. A 2018 study by Matthias Claesson, a psychologist who studies recreational fear, explains that horror situations can create a safe space to explore fear without actual danger, leading to an enjoyable experience. When we're scared with friends, we experience the fear together, and that intensity builds. It creates a bond, shared suffering, if you will. But it also triggers laughter as a way to release that tension. You're scared, they're scared, and before you know it, you're all screaming and laughing in sync.
Not this time.
I mean, we do technically have the lives to burn right now as well.
Oh, forest giant just spawned
Oh,
right there.
Bro.
I've never seen him spawn before.
No, Disgusting.
He's coming for you.
Now, Lethal Company is a game that takes the co-op horror genre in a completely different direction. Where Phasmophobia thrives on slow building dread and tension, Lethal Company is all about chaos and panic. The setting is a creepy, run-down scavenging site filled with abandoned warehouses and facilities where you and your teammates are sent to retrieve valuable items. Sounds simple, right? Yeah, until you realise you're being hunted by freakish monsters that want nothing more than to rip you apart.
That's in this Fall Guys as well.
Oh, shit piss.
Oh my god! I'm gonna do it, bro. I'm alright, man. I'll see you man tomorrow. Oh.
The overall aesthetics of Lethal Company are not immediately unsettling. It feels like you're in more of a shut-down warehouse rather than in a place of immense danger and dread. The lighting is harsh and unnatural, with flickering fluorescent bulbs barely illuminating the dark hallways. It's a lot more industrial and urban compared to other horror games, which gives it this raw, unsuspecting vibe that honestly lulls you into a bit of a false sense of safety. You feel like you're in a place where people perhaps used to go and work, kinda like the power plant from The Simpsons, I guess. But here's where Lethal Company sets itself apart, the sense of panic. The game's monsters are relentless, and the moment they start chasing you, it's absolute chaos. You hear heavy footsteps, growling, or the eerie sound of something crawling through the vents. Once you realise you're being hunted, the entire tone of the game shifts from creepy exploration to sheer panic, as you and your team scramble to survive. In these instances, you often get separated from your teammates, and with proximity chat being a core mechanic of this game, it really adds to the fear as you call out for help and hear nothing back.
Front engine.
Nice.
Okay, he's not coming, we're fine. I don't like this game.
The creatures are also unpredictable and aggressive, which makes every encounter feel like you're on the edge of losing control. And aesthetically, the monsters are just disturbing. Some are twisted, half-human, half-beast creatures, and others are these grotesque, crawling horrors that look like they've been ripped straight out of a nightmare. They don't just walk towards you, they chase you down with speed, forcing you to make quick decisions and often leaving somebody behind as the unlucky target. It's high-stakes fear, where the laughter and screaming come from everyone frantically trying to stay alive in a terrifying, unstable environment.
That's blocky loot up here, so. Oh, actually, I am that one. Alright, someone stare at this for a second. Where's Johnny?
I'm here.
So. What the is that? What the is that?
The man he
Someone pick up baby. Brackets here. Okay, hold on. Okay, someone keep an eye on him. Johnny, if you look away, he will kill us like a weeping angel. Just look at him, I need to get his loot. Okay, we need to get the out.
Let's talk about Phasmophobia, because this game does something special with its atmosphere. You and your friends are ghost hunters, sent into places like abandoned houses, schools, and asylums to find evidence of supernatural activity. But it's not just the idea of ghosts that make it terrifying, it's how the game creates an atmosphere of dread from the moment you step in. The environment is simple in design, but it's incredibly effective. Dimly lit hallways, flickering lights, and old, creaky buildings put you on edge immediately. There's an eerie quietness that makes every tiny sound, whether it's a footstep, a door creaking open, or a whisper, feel like a threat. There's also a sort of muffling effect on the audio when you step into buildings. The game uses sound design brilliantly to keep you unsettled. You might hear a distant breath, a thump upstairs, or random radio static. These are subtle cues that something's there and it could be right behind you.
Yeah.
Did you just throw the book? Anyone else hear that door?
It's
I'm
hunting.
not gonna lie. He's hunting.
what makes it even more terrifying is how personal it feels. The game's mechanics require you to use a voice chat system to communicate with a ghost, and it can actually hear you, asking questions like, "Where are you?" or "Give us a sign." Take on a whole new level of dread when the ghost responds by flickering the lights, or worse, suddenly breathing in your ear.
Where are you?
Ryan watched it. And you stand there.
Ah, a
Oh.
spirit box first response.
I'm here, it said, didn't it?
It did,
Sorry,
Ryan.
And the way that the ghost interacts with the environment is so unpredictable that you're always on edge. Sometimes it will just throw objects around. Other times it will hunt you, and that unpredictability makes every game feel different. It's not just a visual scare, it's a psychological one. And the fact that you have to work together, slowly gathering clues, whilst knowing that at any moment the ghost could show up, that's what makes the atmosphere so terrifying.
Oh, good lord. That's two. I got both him at the same time.
Look in this trash can. Look, bro, look in this trash.
I don't know what that
That's
is.
grim. I must freeze a breath.
Yeah, we already knew that.
What was it? What was
I
that?
didn't.
What was
Oh
that?
no,
sound that you
I was
like
already
in the
going
We
to
back?
did.
stop.
That's
Oh,
the save.
can't
Hunting,
stop anyway.
hunting.
But why is it so fun? Why do we enjoy being scared in the first place? In environments where fear is controlled, such as when playing horror video games or watching horror movies, there is an underlying knowledge of safety. Even though the brain's amygdala reacts as though we're in danger, the prefrontal cortex knows that there is no real threat. This mismatch allows us to experience fear in a thrilling, enjoyable way, because we know we're not in actual peril. Simply put, when playing a video game, you know deep down that you're safe. Your body reacts like you're in danger, but your mind knows you're in control. That creates the perfect recipe for a thrilling experience. Fear without the actual risk. It's a bit like riding a roller coaster, I suppose. You know you're safe, strapped in, but the speed, height and drops still make your stomach flip. With games, it's the same rush. And when you're doing this with friends, it just amplifies the fun. You get scared, you laugh it off, and then continue for another round. Or two. What really sets co-op horror games apart is the teamwork. Sure, there's fear, but it's fear that forces you to work together. Take Call of Duty Zombies, for example. The whole game is based around survival in increasingly stressful situations, and you have to rely on your squad to make it through a lot of the time. When a wave of zombies is closing in and you're low on ammo, you need your team. You also get more zombies spawn when you play with more people, which adds to this chaos. This sense of dependency adds to the tension. Every decision feels like it matters. It's no longer just you running around, it's you and your team trying to stay alive in the face of overwhelming odds. In the Outlast trials, you not only have to survive, but also complete objectives under constant threat. There's something terrifying about hearing your friend scream on comms, but the adrenaline can really get flowing here as you can, in some necessary instances, choose to brazenly dive to your teammate's rescue. You have to communicate, strategize, and sometimes make a gut-wrenching call to leave somebody behind. These intense, high-stakes moments create memories that stick with you because of how scared and how bonded you were during the experience.
That mine is it, bro. Shut up, Coil. You stink.
Speaking of the Outlast trials, let's take a second to appreciate what makes this game so terrifying beyond just the gameplay. The atmosphere in this game is nothing short of nightmare fuel, and it's one of the main reasons why it stands out in the co-op horror genre. The setting? A twisted, Cold War era experimental bunker where you and your friends are test subjects, trapped in this grungy industrial hellscape, filled with rusty metal, flickering lights and blood-stained walls. The environment feels very oppressive, dirty, and alive with danger. Everything is meticulously designed to make you feel on edge, whether it's the creepy sound of a distant scream, the unsettling hum of machinery, or the way the lighting casts long, creepy shadows, as well as the haunting screams of other test subjects who have chosen to hide within the trial areas. Even the enemies, or prime assets as the game calls them, add to this suffocating atmosphere. These aren't your typical monsters. They're grotesque humans with twisted minds, literally like failed experiments from a deranged lab. Each prime asset has their own disturbing backstory and weapon of choice, and their unsettling appearances add layers to the fear. One minute, you're sneaking through a dark corridor, and the next, you're being hunted by Gooseberry or Coil, with no real way to defend yourself beyond hiding or running, or tossing the occasional brick or ball. The aesthetic of the Outlast Trials is built on psychological horror. It's not just about jump scares, although there are plenty of those. It's about creating an overwhelming sense of dread through the visuals, sound design, and unpredictability of your surroundings. It's that feeling that you're never truly safe, even when nothing is actively chasing you.
We're away from here. Then take some.
Good timing. I've got 2 now. Oh shit! This is my shit, bro. Jesus Christo.
While you do that, I'm gonna do another one of the frequencies. Thank you for your sacrifice.
Don't worry, bro. Don't worry, bro. It's all good.
Here's another reason why we love these co-op horror games. They take control away from us. Which sounds weird, right? But hear me out. In our day-to-day lives, we're usually in control of what's happening. But in horror games like Phasmophobia or the Outlast Trials, there's so much uncertainty. The ghost might hunt you. You don't know when it's coming, and you're constantly on edge. The unpredictability makes it exciting. You don't get to feel in control, and that's where the fun lies. The Outlast Trials takes this to the extreme with its trials-based structure. You and your teammates are dropped into these horrifying maze-like environments, where you're given objectives, but completing them is often far from straightforward. You're forced to explore dark, unsettling areas while being stalked by unpredictable enemies. The game's brutal AI, especially on psychosurgery difficulty, will throw curveballs, from surprise ambushes to traps that will leave you vulnerable, and the result is pure terror. There is a theory behind this though, called the arousal transfer theory, first proposed by psychologist Dolph Zillman in the 1970s, helps explain why fear can feel fun. When we experience these intense emotions, whether it's fear, excitement, or surprise, our brain gets a little high off of it. That loss of control is a rush because it's not something we experience often. It's new, it's unpredictable, and it taps into something primal. Zillman's work showed that people often experience stronger positive emotions after a scary experience. For example, when watching a horror movie or playing a horror video game, the fear from intense moments can make the eventual relief of victory feel much more satisfying. So, why is it so fun to be scared in co-op horror games? It's all about the balance of fear, control, and relief, plus sharing it all with friends. We love that adrenaline rush, the shared chaos, and moments where it all falls apart, only to regroup and do it all over again. Whether it's surviving ghost hunts in Phasmophobia, escaping from prime assets in the Outlast Trials, or running for our lives while searching for various pieces of scrap metal in Lethal Company, that blend of fear, teamwork, and unpredictable chaos makes the experience unforgettable. At the end of the day, we're wired to seek thrills, to chase those intense emotions, and in the safety of a game, fear becomes just another form of fun. So, who's ready to get scared again?
Oi,
Pretty heavy.
get in the inside.
Huh? Bro, you're literally an intern. I can see it on your thing. Your intern rank, bro. You see my patch? You see what it says? You saw my patch says, bro. Look at my patch on my chest. You can't chat to me like that. You can't chat to me like that.
Boss.
You're a intern. You're an intern and you're an employee. I'll tell you when to get off the clock, mate.
Me out.
Say that again, man. I'll
I'm
fuck
the captain.
your engine outside, bro. Right?
You need that more than me, brother. We all know that.
Yeah, true. You say that again, man. Chuck your beer and Moretti outside.
Alright, let's be reasonable now.
You're like a frog.
Get away
Wait,
from me. What is that?
that?
Come here, let me talk to you.
That's
Right?
some exorcist shit, bro. Look at him.
That's the best thing about this game, I'm telling you, man.
Do you know what that reminds me of? Do you remember on like Modern Warfare 2 and Modern Warfare 3, if someone had dual-wield pistols and you ran looking upwards, they used to run really fast.
Yeah.
You like FMV Kimbo things.
Is that how you dance in the club, damn?
Yeah, that's how I get down.
So
So I
what are
don't
we
go
doing,
anymore. I
Devon?
threw my back out. I don't know what I don't know what we're doing. We've only got the hard maps left. We'll do one more. Well, I'll do one more. What are we gonna do?